I'm happy to inform all of you, after being out last week due to illness, Carrie Ann is back. How's it going, guys? It's Eric Sharkey, aka the Dance with Stars Superfan, back with another video, and today we're going to be recapping week 2, which is of course One Hit Wonders Night, as the 14 couples danced the songs that were known as One Hit Wonders. Also, if you guys like this video, or if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and smash that like button and ring that bell to get notified for more Dancing with the Stars content from my channel. Before I get into all the dances, I'm going to give you guys a little recap during last week's premiere episode. The premiere had 5.38 million viewers, which is an 8% increase compared to last season's premiere. Since there was no elimination last week because it's the first week, their scores from last week were added to their scores from this week. And a quick note, usually all 3 of the judges say their critiques on every single dance. This time, they've changed it up a little bit. They would have 2 of the judges say their full critiques like they usually do, while 1 judge has to say at least 1 word that describes how the dance went. During the process, they would rotate. I'm not going to be doing all of the 1-word critiques. I'm actually going to be saying some of them, just to let you guys know. First up is Alex and Val dancing the Jive to Mambo Number 5 by Lou Bega. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo Number 5. I just love saying that. Carrie Ann said it was incredible and she blew her away. Although Derek liked the dance, he wanted to see more kicks and flicks in that jive, and Bruno said it was a breakthrough. I did notice her legs were a little bit stiff here and there, but other than that, it was still a great dance to kick off that night. For their jive, they received all 7s from the judges, giving them a 21 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 34 points. Next up is Danielle and Pasha dancing the cha-cha to The Rhythm of the Night by Corona. Bruno loved that she had the right amount of spice in it. However, he did notice there were some issues in that dance. Carrie Ann loved the naturalness in that dance, and Derek said it was good. I love how she did that cartwheel and reverting it to a split, and I felt like that dance had a little bit more potential than last week. For their cha-cha, they received a 7 from Carrie Ann and 2 6s from Derek and Bruno, giving them a 19 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 31 points. Next up is Andy and Emma dancing the tango to It's Raining Men by the Weather Girls. Derek said he captured the essence of why the show was created, but his frame was a bit up. Bruno said it was very entertaining, and Carrie Ann said he improved, and she gave him a huge hug. It's great that he's having so much fun and not having to worry about the other things. Compared to last week's dance, it was a slight improvement because it had a little bit more movement in it. For their tango, they receive a 6 from Carrie Ann and 5s from Derek and Bruno, giving them a 16 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 25 points. Next up is Lauren and Brandon dancing the foxtrot to Love Fool by the Cardigans. Carrie Ann noticed there is something mesmerizing about this partnership, and she said it was smooth and she loved all of the elements. Derek noticed she finished her moves nicely this time, but he noticed a tiny mistake, and Bruno said it was classic. Compared to her first dance last week, it was nice and smooth and it was so elegant. Her grandma used to watch Dancing with the Stars with Lauren when she was growing up, so this dance is dedicated to her, and we all know deep down inside, she's very proud of her. For their foxtrot, they received all 7s from the judges, giving them a 21 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 34 points. Next up is Jordan and Ezra dancing the Jive to Maniac by Michael Zambello. Bruno loved her determination and she came back stronger. Carrie Ann reminded her of her favorite performers Tina Turner, and Derek said content, which means he loved the content in that dance. As I was watching their dance, I was really blown away. It was nice and clean, and the kicks and flicks were really on point. Now that's what I call a massive improvement. For their jive, they received an 8 from Carrie Ann and 7s from Derek and Bruno, giving them a 22 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 32 points. Ezra not only receives his first 7s, he also receives his first 8 of his Dancing with the Stars career as a pro. So, well done, Ezra. Next up is Corey and Jenna dancing the cha-cha to Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Derek said it was memorable, but he said there were timing issues. Bruno said it was unique and unforgettable, And Carrie Ann said, committed, which means she admires his commitment. I could definitely tell he's an entertainer and he brought the fun and the entertainment into that dance. Despite the timing issues, it was still a little bit better than last week. For their cha-cha, they received all 5s from the judges, giving them a 15 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 24 points. Next up is Jen and Jan dancing the quick step to Take On Me by Aha. Carrie Ann said it was an amazing routine, but she gave Jan a note to be careful with lifts, and Derek loved how she improved her body content. Despite the lift that Carrie Ann pointed out, she took exception to that because it's Jan's first season. Other than that, she was light on her feet and her frame was so much better. For their quick step, they received an 8 from Carrie Ann and 7s from Derek and Bruno, giving them a 22 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 34 points. Just like Ezra, Jan also receives his first 7s and his first 8 of his Dancing with the Stars career. So, well done, Jan. Next up is Robert and Whitney dancing the tango to Move Your Feet by Junior Senior. Bruno said he was in leading man mode, and Carrie Ann said his charisma was off the charts. This dance had a bit more potential than last week, and even though Bruno pointed out some gimmicks, it was still another awesome performance. For their tango, they receive an 8 from Carrie Ann and 7s from Derek and Bruno, giving them a 22 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 37 points. Next up is Elaine and Alan dancing the jive to Hey Mickey by Tony Basil. Even though Derek was so impressed with the routine, he told her to watch her hands as well as her arms, and Bruno said she knows how to sell it, but she needs to tighten up her core. Despite some issues that the judges pointed out, it was a slight improvement compared to last week. For their jive, they received all 3 7s from the judges, giving them a 21 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 33 points. Next up is Baron and Britt dancing the samba to Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison. Carrie Ann noticed he made a mistake, and even though she liked the dance, she also noticed he was a bit lost in that dance. Derek said he went on the wrong foot, but other than that, he liked the full content in that dance, and Bruno said it was smooth. I did notice that there were some mistakes in that dance, but the bright side is he had a lot more movement in that routine. All in all, it was an A for effort dance. For their samba, they received all 6s from the judges, giving them an 18 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 28 points. Next up is Whitney and Mark dancing the cha-cha to Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry. Bruno loved the amount of content in that dance. Carrie Ann said she stunned the tame, but she noticed there was a tiny mistake. She really brought so much finesse and fierce in that dance. With her having a dancing background, I think it's really paying off. For their cha-cha, they received 7s from Carrie Ann and Derek and an 8 from Bruno, giving them a 22 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 37 points. Next up is Hilaria and Gleb dancing the tango to What Is Love by Hadaway. Derek said it was amazing, and he said the frame was beautiful, but he wanted to see more heel leads, and Bruno loved the staccatos that they put in that tango. With her being able to balance Dancing with the Stars as well as raising 7 children, that takes a lot of courage, and I would say it was another good performance from both of them. For their tango, they received all 7s from the judges, giving them a 21 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 35 points. Next up is Dylan and Daniela dancing the samba to the Bayside Boys remix version of the Macarena by Los Del Rio. Carrie Ann said she's never seen a contestant like Dylan before, and Derek said it was impressive even though he lost a bit of steam. This time he was more open with his moves, and he nailed the samba movements very well. I also noticed he was a little bit lost towards halfway through the end of the dance. Other than that, it was an improvement compared to last week. For their samba, they received 2 7s from Carrie Ann and Bruno and a 6 from Derek, giving them a 20 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 30 points. And last up is Scott and Riley dancing the cha-cha to Blue by Eiffel 65. Bruno said it was better than last week, and Carrie Ann admires the growth that he has shown. I knew Scott had some potential coming into this, and he proved to all of us that he has a lot of potential. Compared to last week, it was so much better, and if he keeps it up, he can go very far. For their cha-cha, they received all 6s from the judges, giving them an 18 out of 30 and a 2-week total of 28 points. Now that we got to all the dances, let's take a look at the leaderboard. So the best dances of the night were Alex Earl, Hilaria Baldwin, Robert Irwin, and Whitney Levitt. And the improvements were Dylan Efron, Jen Affleck, and Jordan Childs. Now let's reveal the couples who are safe and who's in jeopardy. Baron and Britt, Corey and Jenna, and Hilaria and Gleb were in jeopardy, while the other 11 couples were safe and moving on to next week. Hilaria and Gleb were the last couple to be called safe, while Baron and Britt and Corey and Jenna are the first 2 eliminated. I'm actually surprised that Andy had enough votes to survive another week. As for Baron and Corey, they really put their best foot forward. Be sure to tune into next week because it's gonna be TikTok night, and TikTok sensation and season 31 champion Charlie D'Amelio will be making a special guest appearance. Now let's reveal the rest of the theme weeks that we'll be seeing the rest of the season. All thanks to defending champion Joey Grazade for revealing them on the Dancing with the Stars podcast. Week 4 and 5 will be the return of Disney Night and Dedication Night. Week 6 will be Wicked Night. Week 7 will be the return of Halloween Night. Week 8 will be Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Night. Week 9 will be the 20th birthday party, which is of course the 20th year anniversary special. Week 10 will be Prince Night, which is of course the semifinals. And Week 11 will be the finals. You of course don't want to miss those theme weeks. So that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Eric Sharkey, aka the Dance with the Stars Superfan. Catch you next time.